Hey everybody, welcome back to Wonder Dad's Gaming Thursday night and the iRacing Fun League. We were at Kansas Speedway for week 12 and race number 3 in the Xfinity series. Before we get things kicked off, let's go ahead and show you guys last week's race results. So at Dover last week, we had race winner Zachary Ward. So congratulations, Zach, on the win. Gets his second win of the year. These guys put on a great show. If you guys missed it last week, there's some good battles all race long. Karikoff and Ward and Kane Vandemark all had some really fast cars, along with Bryn George. These guys were battling all race long. So good race, and congratulations, Zach, on the win. But let's go ahead and talk about Bryn George for just a moment here, because Bryn had a great race, finished P2 runner-up. Had an awesome paint scheme, number 54 Toyota Supra. He ran a great race, was one of the fastest cars on track, and chasing Zachary down in that closing laps there. Didn't quite have enough for Zach. Zach was checking out with like just a handful of laps left, but Bryn George had a great race and gets a P2 for the week. So congratulations, Bryn, on P2 last week. And then third place was Kane Vandemark. Let's pull that up. So Kane, congratulations on P3. Kane had one of the fastest times in practice. And then I'm not sure what happened in qualifying, but started in the rear, and I think he had the most positions gained for the race. But came up, definitely had one of the fastest cars, came up P3, and just want to say congratulations, Kane, on P3. So there's your 1, 2, 3 last week at Dover. Let's show you guys the playoffs standings so far heading into Kansas this week. So at Kansas right now, we have Karikoff, who is leading this thing with 2 wins. He right now has the most playoff points for the best finishing position in the Truck Series the last series. Matthew Heels currently second with 3 wins and 2 playoff points. Corey Goodall, who has done a phenomenal job all season long, he currently is third right now, 1 win and 9 playoff points. John Ledger, 7 playoff points, 1 win. Joe Tardif, 1 win. Those are your guys that are locked into the playoffs at this moment in time. Also, one thing we want to bring up is 15 race minimum participation to participate in the playoffs come this fall. Basically, what that means is if you race with us all season long but can't make every single race, and let's say you win a couple, you come in, but then you don't show up for several weeks, we basically decided to you have to show up for at least 15 races between the trucks, Xfinity, and Cup to be eligible to race in the playoffs. That way, we don't have guys that show up for 1 week, blow our doors off, win a race, and then don't come back until the playoff season starts and then decide to run. I feel like it should be fair enough for everybody to get a shot at doing the playoffs at races with us all season long. So that's why that's on there. But on the cutoff there, Eric Olson is your 16th driver. And Nathan Vossi looking in. Those guys are tied. Randy Cawthon, negative 44 back. Mark Ward, negative 47. And Jason Coffey, negative 49, outside the cutoff for the round of 16. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and get on track as qualifying just started. Give me just a moment here. Let's go ahead and get things pulled up. So right now, TV1, Wes Gallo is on track, and this should be qualifying. There we go. Let's go ahead and pull up the NASCAR tower here, qualifying, and it looks like Brandon Feidler with the fastest time right now on track. And you know what, guys? I don't think I started my trading paints. Bear with me. Sorry, guys. Let me get trading paints pulled up here. But I want to thank you guys all for tuning in and watching this. I see that a couple of you guys are out there watching. Thank you for tuning in here. Let's see if we can get these paint schemes loaded. There we go. Alrighty, so Justin Glover right now on track, making his qualifying time. He's in that 25 paint scheme. And Glover looks like he has the 5th fastest time in qualifying right now. Also, John Ledger makes his qualifying time. Craig Bridge Jr. out there in the 94 puts down his qualifying time. Looks like, let's see where he winds up. Ledger's 3rd fastest, Bryn George, who finished P2 last week. He's currently P2 in qualifying. But just a moment here, guys, and we'll get this race started. Let's see, Jeff Larway also out there as well in the 71. He's making his qualifying lap as we speak. Right now, Bridge is in the 7th fastest position in qualifying. Looks like George Mormon is 8th fastest. Oh, I'm sorry, Steve Mormon. That's Steve Mormon right there on screen, the 26. Steve, I have trading paints running. I'm not sure if it's on my end or your end, but I don't have your paint scheme loaded. Mike Presley out there as well in the 17. Mike Presley right now is 14th fastest in practice. John Scheiderich, the third, he right now is second fastest in qualifying. That knocks Bryn George down to third. And it looks like we have one more Donald Bennett out there qualifying, number 30. So we're almost about to get things wrapped up here, guys. Just another minute or so. Looks like about one more minute left to qualifying to go. Jake Maki out there in the number 99. He's making his qualifying run as we speak. Scheidrich second. Bryn George third. John Ledger's fourth. Wes Gallo right now is fifth. Joe Tardif also out there as well in the 23 McDonald's car. He's making his qualifying run. Donald Bennett right now is ninth fastest in qualifying. Marshall Dugan out there making his qualifying run in the 45. Dugan, who we spoke to last week, who lives close to Dover, had a great race. And hopefully he's continuing that motion this week here. Matthew Karakoff on track. There he is in that 00 Ford Mustang. All right, we got about 20 more seconds left to qualifying, and it looks like Brandon Feidler is on the pole unless Karakoff can knock him out here. He hasn't put down a qualifying lap yet, so let's see what happens as he comes across the line. This is going to start his first lap. Let's see if he's got enough time. There's only 2 seconds left qualifying. And no, I don't think he had enough time to put down a lap, so that's going to do it for qualifying. Alrighty, guys, so we are at Kansas Speedway for 100 laps tonight. This is a 1.5 mile track. It's 84 degrees here in Kansas Speedway. And looking like a clear day, no rain. Going to have a great race tonight. Hope you guys all enjoy this. If you guys missed it earlier, we talked about the playoff standings. There's your playoff standings, top 20 right now. And basically everybody in red is on the cutoff for the round of 16. So as we get the playoffs kicked off later in the race, there is your current playoff standings heading into Kansas. Alrighty, going through the grid here, let's go ahead and show you guys who is on the grid. So starting on the pole is Brandon Feidler. Let's see if we have Brandon up in the chat here. Not sure if I have him in Discord or not. It doesn't look like I have Brandon in the chat here. So we're going to go ahead and talk with John Scheidrich. I believe John... I do not have John in the chat. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull up Eric Olson here. We got to talk to Eric. Hey, Eric. It's David on the booth. You got me? Eric, you got me? Alrighty, it looks like we don't have anybody up in the booth to talk to us, so let's go ahead and run through the poll here. Starting on the poll here, Brandon Feidler, who we just talked to moments ago, or talked about. John Scheidrich has qualified second, and then Bryn George, who qualified third. John Ledger qualified fourth. Wes Gallo starting fifth. David Galloway Jr. starting sixth. Justin Glover starting seventh. Jake Maki will be starting eighth. Craig Bridge Jr. starting ninth. Donald Bennett starting 10th. Steve Moorman starting 11th. Joe Tardif will be starting 12th. And then starting back in 13th will be Adam Reeves. 14th is Jeff Larway. 15th is Elliott Swope. 16th, Marshall Dugan. And then starting 17th is Mike Presley. Starting 18th, Kane Vandemark. 19th is Mark Ward. 20th, Corey Goodall. 21st, Eric Olson. And 22nd is Matthew Karakoff. Karakoff, who did try to get a qualifying lap in, was just short on time, missed it by a couple seconds, and did not quite qualify. So he's going to be starting at the back. And that is your starting lineup. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully this will be a good race for you. There is Brandon Feidler on the pole in that 03. It looks like a Dale Jr. throwback there. I like that paint scheme. We're going to get things ready to go here. Alrighty, like I said, 100 laps at Kansas starts now. And the pace car is off. There is your field as they bunch up, getting ready to go green here for 100 laps. And green flag is in the air. Brandon takes him down the straightaway into turn 1. And Brandon off to a solid lead. He's 2-3 car lengths ahead of second place of John Scheidrich, the third. And they're going to get lined up. John Ledger, third back. John Scheidrich looking at the bottom of the track. He's running the middle, gets back in line between the leaders of Brandon and John here. John Ledger is looking to the inside, wanting to make the pass on these guys as well. 1, 2, 3. These guys head into turn 1 for the second time tonight. Dugan in 15th right now. Vandemark 16th. Laraway 17th. Karakoff is moved up to 18th from starting in the rear. Be interesting to see where these guys finish here, especially Karakoff for starting in the back. Karakoff, who almost won last week at Dover, had a great race, but just made a late race pit stop and then went green from that point on and couldn't quite get to the front. Alrighty, so Brandon really flexed his muscles early on. He's off to a great start in that 03 Toyota Supra. Scheidrich is currently second, Ledger's third, Bryn George fourth, Wes Gallo fifth. Let's see if we can pull up Wes. Here is Wes back here. Wes is rocking a new paint scheme in that 07. Wes, who had a great race at Dover, battled really hard with Kane Vandemark in the closing laps. Had a really fast car. Thought he was going to have a chance to win it, but really fought hard trying to keep Kane back there. And then I think Kane got around him at one point, and Wes was really doing a great job keeping his car off the wall. I was really impressed by the way he was running last week at Dover. So it'll be interesting to watch him tonight and see where things go from here. Bryn George just in front of him, also off to a great start, starting fourth right now, or in the fourth place position. He's really running that high side, getting close to the wall through 3 and 4 this time. Alrighty, for the lead here, we got John Scheidrich to the bottom of the track, making his pass on Brandon, but that high line is fast coming off the corner. You're going to see that 03 get by him once again. The 95 is not going to quite clear him, but look at John Ledger up on the top two. That 25 looking to make the pass. 95 to the bottom of the track. The top lane is faster coming off the corner, so that's why you see him get the speed in the 03, but look at the 25 as he goes to the high side here. Still side by side, the 95 and 03 into turn 1. These guys putting on a heck of a battle right now. So there we go. It's only 7 laps in. We got 3 contenders for the lead up here. John Ledger takes P2. Brandon backs off a little bit here. I'm sorry, John backs off a little bit here. Brandon's still to the lead, but John Ledger to the bottom of the track. Looking to make the pass on a leader this early on. These guys putting on a heck of a show early on in the race. Oh, the 95 up in the wall. John Scheidrich is going to lose a spot due to that. He got up in the wall in turn 3. And he's going to lose a spot, almost maybe 2 spots. That's the 27 of David Galloway Jr. right behind him, trying to make the pass. And Wes Gallo right back there in 6th place position. Joe Tardif, who's moved up 5 spots since we started. He's currently running the 7th place position. And if there's another guy to watch, it's going to be Joe Tardif. He's really great at these mile-and-a-half tracks. I believe Joe won last year at Chicagoland Speedway when we ran there. So I know that he knows how to find victory lane here at the 1.5 miles. So definitely keep your eye on Joe Tardif. And it'll be interesting to see if these guys up here in the front wear out their stuff this early on the run. Still got a lot of racing left to go with only 10 laps in. All right, let's go back through the field. So Craig Bridge Jr. is currently running 14th right now. Here's the rest of the field. Lane Racing says, wish I could be out there ripping around. And Moxie says, I hate that I can't even race this week. Oh, it stinks, guys. I'm sorry. I wish you guys were out here. I'm glad you're tuning in, though, watching the race. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. Alrighty, Elliott Swope right now running 13th. Steve Mormon is running 12th in that 26. And Donald Bennett up on the high side. He's up in the wall. He's going to lose a spot, maybe almost 2 spots here to Elliott. And there's Marshall Dugan down on the bottom side of the 45. He's looking to make the pass on the 30. And then look at that now, 94, Craig Bridge Jr. He's down at the bottom of the track. He makes the pass on Donald Bennett. Donald Bennett with the contact on the right front there. Also, down the whole right side of the car, made contact with the wall. It's going to slow him way down. He's going to give up those couple spots. Back to the lead here. Brandon Filer still out front. He's in that 03. He's on the wall right now. Let's see if that allows Bryn George to get up there. He made his way to second moments ago. Like I said, these guys were running really hard at the beginning of the race. It's going to be interesting to see if these guys saving their tires further back are going to get up there. But Bryn George, though, making his way to the front on lap number 14. Galloway up to 4th place. John is running 3rd. Wes Gallo. Oh, it looks like Wes Gallo's making the pass on Galloway Jr. Or Galloway's trying to make pass on Wes. These guys are moving up. Scheidrich is falling back to 6th right now on lap 15. Let's see if we can pull up Karakov, who is off the track at the moment. Let's see what happened to him. Hey, Matthew, stay by the booth. You got me? Hey, Matthew, you got me? Matthew? Alright, looks like we don't have anybody tonight. Nobody's on the mic, so we'll just keep on racing here. Let's pull up Corey Goodall. Let's talk to him. As we're watching Brandon Filer still out in the front, led all 16 laps so far. Hey, Corey, it's David on the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. How's it going?
Hey, man, we tried to pull up a couple other people. I guess no one wants to talk to us tonight, so how are you doing?
I'm all right.
So I want to say, first off, congratulations on your win at Kansas in the iRacing series.
Hey, thanks.
With that win, do you think you learned anything going forward to tonight's race?
I'm hoping so. I'm trying to run the same line for the most part here. Just trying to run my laps, not worry about anybody else, and hopefully at the end of the run here, it pays off.
Alrighty, man. Well, I hope you definitely get some speed in that car and find a good finishing position here. We'll be watching you all race long. Good luck, all right?
Hey, thanks a lot.
Alrighty, we'll hear from you soon.
Yep.
Alright, there you heard it from Corey Goodall at 3:33. Corey Goodall right now is running 16th. He's moved up 4 spots since the start of this race. Looks like he's kind of just playing it easy, saving his stuff, and poised to make a run here in the late in the race. So we'll be watching him all race long and see where he finishes. Alrighty, moving back up to the front. It's still Brandon out front and Bryn George is second. John Ledger is third. Wes Gallo is fourth, and David Galloway Jr. is in the fifth place position. There's your top five. Scheidrich still hanging on at six. Let's see if we can see him. He's in the 95. He did make contact several laps ago with the outside wall. He was one of the fastest cars on track and was making a run at the lead there, but managed to fall back a couple spots with the contact with the wall. You see that right side's all scraped up. There you have John Scheidrich from Hillsborough, Delaware. Alrighty, Kane Vandemark running a new paint scheme out there tonight. He's in that number 6, running the Hard Rock. I like that purple on that car. That's pretty cool. Kane's currently top 10, looking in, trying to chase down Dugan, who is following. It looks like Joe Tards is bottom of the track. Alrighty, so let's see if we can pull up Marshall Dugan. He's getting chased down by the 25 of Justin Glover. And right in front of him is Joe Tardif. These guys are going to be, it'd be interesting to see where these guys stack up. Oh, it's Glover up high in the wall. Makes contact with the wall through turns 3 and 4. And Marshall gets around Joe Tardif. Joe Tardif, who I thought would be getting closer to the front as this run goes on. Maybe he's decided to back off a little bit and save tires. But he's currently losing ground. Now running 8th, and Marshall Dugan gets the pass. Marshall Dugan up to 7th. There's Donald Bennett. He's back on track right now. He is running 20th. Mark Ward just behind him. Yeah, Matthew Karakoff is actually off the track. We were trying to find him just moments ago and did not see him. There's Jake Mockey running 16th right now on track. I like Mike Presley's paint scheme. He's run that 17, all seen on the side there. I like that paint scheme. Yeah, I'm watching these guys race, and it looks like Vandemark is probably making his way up there. He's now running 8th. He's moved up 10 spots, so Kane likes to kind of take it easy in the beginning of the race, save his stuff, and then when it matters and these guys' tires are falling off, it looks like he's always the one moving forward. So it's going to be interesting to see where Kane ends up, but he's up to 8th place. He's moved up 10 spots, which is the most out of any car on track right now. Keep your eye on him as we get further along in this race. And it's also Marshall Dugan who's moved up 9 spots as well. Marshall moved up to the 7th place position. Alrighty, let's see. Is Adam Reeves out there? Yes, Adam Reeves is out there. Let's see if we can pull up Adam in the booth because we didn't get a chance to talk to him last week. Hey Adam, it's David. You got me?
Hey man, yeah, welcome, hello.
Hey man, thanks for joining the Fun League first off, and also sorry I didn't get a chance to talk to you last week. How's the race going for you?
At the minute I'm praying for a caution, to be quite honest. My tyres have come straight out of the pits of Hades, and yeah, it's a struggle.
We see you on track. It looks like you're missing the rear bumper on the thing, so you made some contact with the wall or something?
Yes, definitely had a couple of run-ins with the wall tonight, definitely.
Alrighty, man. Well, we'll be watching you all race long. Good luck with it. You do got one fast repair, so use it wisely, but good luck out there.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Alrighty, there you heard it from Adam Reeves, one of our newest iRacing Fun League members. Good to have you out there, Adam. Back to the front, it's still Brandon Feidler out in the lead in the 03. He is just pulling away from these guys. He is 2.1 seconds ahead of second, which is Bryn George. And as you heard moments ago, Adam was praying for a caution, he says. Had some damage to his car, needs to bring it down and use that fast repair, but doesn't want to do it under green. And it looks like the 22 is on pit road. Oh, I'm sorry, that is Karakov. Yep, Karakov is on pit road. I'm not sure exactly what happened. We tried to talk with him moments ago, but we did not get an answer from him. Eric Olson, who we tried to talk to as well, he's back out there in the 64. Good to have you out there, Eric. We were missing him a couple weeks ago, but good to see him out there racing with us. Love talking with Eric when I can. That is Eric Olson and Jeff Larway battling for 16th and 17th right now on track. There's Jeff Larway in the 71. He's from Randolph, Vermont. Good to have you out there. Oh, Eric gets loose. Heavy contact with the wall. Oops, I'm sorry. There we go. Eric Olson, the 64. Heavy contact with the wall. I'm not sure if he just got loose, but let's see if we can pull that back up. I think it was the next lap go around, maybe. Let's see if we can figure out what happened here real quick, and then we'll get back to live green flag racing. But here's the 64 of Eric Olson down into turn 1, down to the bottom of the track here. And I don't know if he just got loose coming out of 1 and 2 or what happened, but as he goes back up, that wasn't it as well. All right, guys, I'm sorry about that. Looks like he just got loose coming off the track and then had to bring it down pit road. This is a green flag pit stop. The 41 and Eric Olson decided to come down pit road together. But Brandon's still out front, still leading this thing, 32 laps in. Bryn George in second, but lots of takers on pit road. We got Wes Gallo coming down pit road. Mike Presley, no, I'm sorry, not Mike Presley. David Galloway Jr. on pit road. John Scheidrich also makes his way down pit road. And Jake Mackey as well. All bringing their cars down for service for the first time tonight. Jeff Larway on pit road as well. And it looks like John Ledger's going to take over the lead because Brandon Filer is on pit road along with Bryn George. There you have it. Brandon and Bryn on pit road, and John's going to stay out lead of the lap. So lots of takers on pit road, 33 laps in. As you can see on the bottom of the screen, you have the pit stop notification there, and those are all the people that are making their first pit stops of the night. Dugan in 10th right now makes his pit stop. So we'll see where this all gets cycled through as everybody makes their first pit stops of the night. Kane Vandermark stays out, but he's pitting this time by, I think, along with Corey Goodall. Those two guys bring it down. Mike Presley up to second place. He stays out 12 seconds back off of John Ledger. And it's Elliott Swope on the high side. He's going to make the pass of Mike Presley. Mike Presley bringing it down pit road for the first time tonight. And then also Craig Bridge Jr. in the 94. He makes his first pit stop of the night as well. Corey off pit road along with Steve Mormon and Joe Tardif. They make their pit exits here. John Ledger also on pit road now. So after he gets cycled through, let's see where Brandon is, because Brandon's going to be the lead car. Will be the lead car after this gets all cycled through. This will be the battle for first between Brandon and Wes Gallo. So these guys are racing hard right now on lap 35. Side by side, the 07 and 03 down into turn 1 and 2. Is Wes going to get the pass? Not quite. Like I said, that high side has the run off the track, up top of the track there. Brandon's going to lead him down into turn 3, and Wes backs off. Wes Gallo really showing Brandon that he can get it done here. He's on his bumper, looking to the inside still once again. He's going to have to time it just right if he's going to want to make the pass, but he is all over the bumper of that 03 of Brandon Filer. Alrighty, sorry guys, we are back. We are watching the leaders of Brandon Filer and Wes Gallo on lap 38 of the track, or of the race tonight. Sorry, I can't talk for some reason. Bryn George back there in third, though. He's making his way back to the front after making that pit stop. And that's Adam Reeves right behind him in the 41. I want to thank you all for watching tonight in the iRacing Fun League. Appreciate you all coming out and saying hi. Troy Force also said, let's go Dugan. Let's go Dugan. Okay, let's see what we can find out where Dugan's at. But thank you guys. Sharon also out there saying, my favorite broadcast. Love Thursday nights. Thank you, Sharon. I really appreciate that. Good luck to my husband, Jeff in the 71, and son, Craig in the 94. Thank you, Sharon, for letting me know. I didn't know what the relation was there, but I appreciate it. Jeff is your husband, and Craig is your son. Appreciate it. Cart Rookie says, I'm here if you want some company. Karakoff it is. Okay, Karakoff, let me pull you up. I was trying to talk to you earlier. Matthew, you got me? Hey, Matthew, you got me?
Hey, you there?
Yeah, there we go. Now we got you. Hey, we missed you earlier in the race. What was going on? You able to hear me?
Hey, I'm going to turn down the iRacing volume so I can hear you, bud.
Okay. Alright, let's see if we can pull up Matthew here in just a second. So we're watching Filer on track. Let's see if we can pull up Craig Bridge Jr., who's currently 17th right now in that 94. Let me know when you got me, Matthew. And Jeff Larway right now, he's 20th. Marshall Dugan, I know that Troy was looking for him earlier as well. Marshall Dugan is currently eighth place right now on track. He's on the lead lap. I think the top 9 are on the lead lap. Oh, it's top 17 they're on the lead lap, and then Eric Olson is the first car lap down. Okay, we're going to try to get up there towards the lead, inside the top 10. Matthew, you got me?
Yeah, I'm here. You got me?
Okay, yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Cool deal.
Hey, what happened at the beginning of the race? We were watching you qualify, and then you ran out of time.
Yeah, I timed that wrong, but had a good car coming up through the field, and for the first time ever, it just cut out. So
did you end up wrecking at the beginning of the race?
No, it just cut out. So I'm not sure what happened.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, we were wondering what happened with you. We didn't see any notifications if there was a wreck or nothing, but we were trying to see what happened.
Yeah, I was going down the backstretch, and everybody disappeared, and I knew what that meant.
Oh, I gotcha. Alrighty, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Appreciate you talking with us, though.
Yeah, it's been a nice, clean race out there.
I know we've had some good battles for the lead. Brandon and Wes and Bryn and also John Ledger, John Scheidrich also battling for the lead. These guys have been racing hard all race long.
Yeah, where did Brandon come from? He is out there just tearing it up.
I know, he really is. He definitely has one of the fastest cars on track. We're also watching Kane Vannemark making his way through the field. He's up to 6. Kane's moved up 12 spots since we started. We saw moments ago it was John Scheidrich up in the wall. He made contact with the wall outside of 2.
Yeah, I see Gallo. Gallo's doing a good job. He's up there. He was fast in practice. But yeah, Leger and George, they're doing a really good job keeping up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Wes has really impressed me. Last week at Dover, he had some really good car control, and it was amazing how he was managing to keep, as he was making a little bit of contact there with the wall. But he was doing a really good job at Dover, and this week as well. No surprise, he's up there in the top 3. But yeah.
Yeah, one thing, David, that surprised me was in qualifying, the fastest laps were guys running the wall, and I've not seen that at Kansas in a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say, usually when you're on the bottom here, it seems like it's faster, but like you gotta have that sweet spot on the high side to be fast.
Yeah, they definitely figured out how to pull that off. Yeah, these guys are doing a great job tonight. It looks like it's got a green feel to it.
Good. Yeah, it seems like whenever I run here, I always try to run the high side. I'm just always in the wall. You know, I'm just like, I try to run it, but it's easier said than done.
Oh, absolutely. That was me. This morning, I kind of was watching some YouTube and saw that people were running the high side, qualifying really good. And I practiced. I could have used 2 hours of practice, and I still wouldn't have figured it out.
Yeah, I know. I definitely hear you. Kansas is one track that I've won at. I think it was not last year, but the year before. And I like these mile-and-a-half tracks. And like, if I can run the high side, I like running it, but I'm just on the edge of out of control, basically.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys can probably run it a little better when those tires start falling off, and they can get back in that gas and just find the sweet spot, like you said earlier.
Right, definitely, yeah. But yeah, lap 49, still no caution yet. It's been an interesting race.
I tell you, if we're kind of in the middle of the second green flag run, and they got to pit again, if it goes a little while and a caution comes out, that might be interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely going to shake things up a bit, definitely. It'd be interesting to see who's trying to save their tires and, you know, wait towards that extra stop versus who's not doing that, and see where they all stack up at.
Yeah, and it looks like the leader has a pretty good lead, I think. I'm trying to look at the distance here, but I think he's still dominating here,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, Brandon's 5.1 seconds ahead of second of Wes Gallo. And let's see if we can pull up the... Let's see if I can get a good camera view of it. But yeah, there's Brandon all the way down into turn 3, and Wes Gallo's on the backstretch. So that's 5.2 seconds he's pulled out ahead.
Yeah, it's kind of wild because Fiedler is out of here, but everybody else, 2 through 5, they're pretty close.
Yeah, the rest of the field is pretty close. Like, I mean, if you're looking at the standings, you got Gallo and George, who are just a second off of each other, and then you got everybody else who's just a second here, 2 seconds there. But yeah, the leader's just really pulling away. I don't know if it's just that clean air makes a huge difference here in Kansas or not, but he's figured something out.
Clean air is big. I've learned that in this league. But also Galloway and Vandermark, they're just kind of hanging out back here. Maybe they are saving a little bit to see what's going to, maybe they can take advantage.
Yeah, definitely. And Vandermark's definitely impressed me this season. He's definitely showed that he can drive up through the field. The last 2 weeks he started in the back, and he's had the most positions gained. And I don't know if he's saving, but he seems to always be there towards the end and when this race goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. Vandermark is amazing. Racing with him out there, especially last week at Dover, he was doing things with that car that I didn't think was possible, and it was fun to watch.
Oh yeah, definitely, absolutely. Especially from my point of view too. It's always fun watching these guys. So So lap 54, I don't know exactly the fuel mileage or how many laps it's been since the last one, but where do you think they're going to have to pit from this point on?
Well, I think they came in around 28, 30. So I'm guessing in the next 15 laps, you'll see them come in. They actually probably have to pit 2 more times if this goes green, which is fantastic,
Okay.
especially as a driver.
Awesome. Good to know. Steve Mormon as well is up there in the top 10. We haven't talked about him much tonight. He's running that 26. I don't know who he knows in this league, but he's done pretty great in the last couple races he's ran with us. I think he missed us last week.
Yeah, he's hanging out there in 9th and 17 seconds back with Glover rounding out the top 10. And then Goodall's doing a good job too.
Oh yeah, Goodall making his way up to the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, really everybody's just doing a fantastic job right now, not making any mistakes because it's so easy here, especially when your tires start to wear out.
Right. And I noticed Corey Goodall making his way inside the top 10. He ran a NIS race. I'm not sure if it was NIS or what series it was on iRacing, but he won at Kansas in the iRacing fixed race. And I was asking him earlier in the race if he learned anything from running that and if he was going to apply that tonight. And he said just patience and, just a couple things here and there. Sorry, my dog's messing with me right now. But yeah, he learned a couple things from that race, and basically I'm hoping he's applying that tonight, and maybe he'll have a good finish here at Kansas.
Yeah, it's just, you can save, but then when you see that leader just out there tearing it up, it's hard to save.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, these second, third, and fourth are so close together.
Yeah, that's what's cool.
Bren's up in the wall in turn 1.
Okay.
Looked like he made a little bit of contact with the wall going into turn 1. Didn't lose any ground though. John's still right there behind him. Oh, John looked at the inside. Up in the wall again. John at the inside is going to get the pass. So Ledger now up to third.
Goodall in the top 10.
Yep, Goodall in the top 10. He's 18 seconds off the leader. That's crazy. Brandon's that far out in front.
Yeah. Although it has stabilized, so he might be at the point where I wish I could do, where you just kind of settle in and there's no reason to even go into the corner hard.
Right. Yeah, you're at the certain point in the race where like you're out front by so much, you don't need to run it balls to the wall or nothing.
Right.
So yeah, he's probably definitely saving at this point, and he also might be managing. If he's saying that he's 5.8 seconds of front, ahead of second, then he might just be like, okay, I'll just save this much here. And he seems like he knows what he's doing.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And we definitely need to be looking for pit stops coming up here very soon.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see who's going to take the first. Who's going to be the first taker on pit road here? I haven't seen anybody trying to make their way down yet.
This wouldn't be a bad idea for Kane or somebody back there to short pit. It's going to be really close to be able to make it from here when you pit, but get that fresh tires and maybe gain a couple positions. You won't go. I don't think you'll go a lap down here. You will go a lap down if you pit, but you should make it up pretty quick with fresh tires.
Yeah, definitely. I know Kane's been practicing, so he's definitely showing that practice paid off. And I know he's got Zach in his ear telling him what to do, so it'd be interesting to see if they got some good strategy. But that number 6, he's probably going to pull something out here. It'll be waiting to see what he's going to do.
Okay, yeah, if Zach's spotting for him, then you have it made. You can't get any better than that.
I'm not sure if he's spotting for him, but I know he's in the Discord chat talking with him, so he's probably communicating with them a little bit.
Yeah, he's got some good people there then.
I still can't believe last week at Dover, though, that the tires fell off as quickly as they did, and then you didn't come back up to the field in those closing laps.
Yeah, I'll remember that when I go back to Dover next time, and when anywhere I go.
See, I'm with you. See, tire fall off there, I always thought was really crazy. So, like, if that caution came out when it did, I would have took tires as well, and I would have thought that I would have made my way up to the field, and those guys would have wore their tires out. But it looked like it just stabilized with only like 10 laps in or so.
Yeah, and a couple cautions probably would have helped everybody that took tires out, just to bunch everybody up again.
Oh, Bryn George is on pit road. Or, I'm sorry, Wes Gallo on pit road.
Okay, he went in before Fiedler.
Yep, Wes Gallo on pit road. Bryn did not
That's a
pit
good
yet.
move. I like that move. Try to jump in there, gain a couple seconds on him when he comes back out.
Yep, so Wes Gallo, David Galloway Jr., Adam Reeves on pit road, and also John Scheidrich on pit road. John, I noticed, is extremely fast. He runs all out. And you got to watch that car. He'll be up there towards the lead, but he'll run full throttle. And he's definitely fun to watch.
Yeah, he definitely he's kind of like me. It's just kind of I'm gonna give whatever the car gives me. I'm gonna take it and
right.
figure everything out. Figure everything out later. Are we have some more people coming in?
Not yet. Looks like they all made
Okay.
it off pit road. Justin Glover off pit road, but no takers just yet. Brandon's still out in the lead. Looks like Bryn's finally making his way on pit road this time by. So second and third now on pit road or have made their pit stops. Marshall Dugan is now on pit road. Brandon's staying out.
Kane's up to fourth,
And
14 seconds back.
Yep, Brandon's now making his pit stop this time.
Yep.
So yep, we were talking about Kane. Looks like he's slowing down. Nope, he's staying out.
Well, Fiedler hangs out here a couple more laps, maybe to lap 70. I still don't see them be able to make it again.
You don't think they're going to make it from here? Because Kane's slowing down, staying out. I'm wondering if he's trying to make it just one more stop.
He might be, but that would be pushing it.
That'd be pushing it. How many laps were you getting on a full tank?
It was right around 30. Well, no, about 34. I never ran a complete fuel run. I was listening to my teammates talk before I jumped on here, but
okay.
I think they pitted a little bit before they had to.
Yeah,
but
John,
usually,
I was gonna say John still has yet to pit yet, and so with Kane and Mike. The only three cars have yet to pit. Oh, and Craig Bridge Jr. also as well. He stayed out. Up, Kane's slowing down. He's bringing it in this time. Yep, Kane on pit road, and John stayed out. Craig Bridge Jr. pitting this time. Matthew, if you can hear me, I lost you. So John Ledger still out in front. See when he's going to pit. We got 30 laps to go in the race, and everybody is one lap down at this point. And there you have Wes Gallo, who's making his way around the leader, putting himself back on the lead lap here in the 07. And John's slowing down. He's going to make his way down to pit road this time. There you have it. John on pit road. Here's Wes Gallo, who should retake the lead here. He managed to get around Brandon. I think Brandon just stayed out too long. And the gap from second to third, which will be your next leaders, is about 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's looking like we only have 7 cars on the lead lap right now with this pit stops.
Yeah. Not that many. Yeah, so I don't know what Wes Gallo did, but he managed to get around Brandon with that pit cycle, and he's off to a good lead, about 2.2 seconds ahead of second. I don't know if Brandon stayed out too long.
Well, if he did, it may be to make sure he makes it
That could
without a
be,
stop.
unless he's playing the long fuel mileage.
Yeah, yeah.
So Gallo is now leading this on lap 72.
Elliott Swope he's in 5th here. I don't know that he's pitted yet though. In the 21.
Yep, we're watching him now. He's run 5th. He's moved up 10 spots from where he started. I'm not sure if he has yet to pit. I don't have that information on me.
Kind of looking around for some battles here. It looks like Steve Mormon is trying to take the outside of Goodall here.
Oh
Coming
yeah,
down
they're
the
running
front
side by
stretch.
side. That's a good battle right here.
Yeah.
With Marshall Dugan closing in on him. Yeah, you're right. This is the battle for 10th, 9th and 10th.
Looks like that outside will prevail once again.
Yeah, that outside is super fast. You can kind of get the rundown in the corner by diving out of the bottom, but getting out of the corner, the high side will always beat you every time.
Yeah.
Now, is there ever a point in this race where you can get the bottom to come in, or is it just always kind of a one-lane thing?
No, because I know I made some passes on the inside, and it was tough, and you could just see your tires shredding. So, I mean, it's just best to follow that guy if you're about the same speed. If he's high, just follow him high, because you're just really tearing up your tires.
Right, I gotcha. So Wes Gallo has actually dropped back to second. Brandon retook the lead over.
It's weird. It's almost like, I mean, I've seen some of these guys now running a little bit on the inside. I got Mike Presley down here. Oh, the 27 got in the wall.
Oh, we missed
It was a it was a 3-wide battle into coming out of 4, and he got into the wall a little bit, but Presley just made 2 positions up.
25 laps to go this time. Elliott Swope on pit road. There you have it.
Okay.
Just wondering about that moments ago. He's on pit road now.
Man, it's fun to watch this from this angle because some of these paint schemes are awesome.
I know. I love it. Like, I kind of just do broadcasting for the fun of it, but like watching the race and checking out all the cool paint schemes, it's cool. I like it.
Yeah, Mike Presley's paint scheme's cool. And I was getting ready to say that, and then he was racing 2 other guys, and their schemes were awesome.
Yeah, I definitely saw that too. Presley's paint scheme with that black and purple and the white, I like that.
Yeah, stands out.
It definitely does.
Then Joe Mackey's paint scheme, that I've been watching that the last couple of weeks. That's a beautiful car.
Yeah, the 99.
Number 99.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mackey's is really cool as well.
Then I always love the lookalikes, and you got the Bubba Wallace 23 McDonald's car out there, which is cool.
Yep, you know, Joe Tardif, I was expecting him to be a little bit faster tonight. I don't know if maybe he's just saving his stuff, but he's been really fast here when he does come out to race with us. He's got like kind of limited schedule.
Yeah.
He won last year at Chicagoland when we raced the mile and a half track, so I know he's really fast at these mile and a halves. He's also won at Vegas too last year. So I was expecting a little bit more out of him, but I mean, he's up there in 12th.
Yeah, he was really fast in practice. He blew my doors off a couple times.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and he looks like he's entering the turn high and then letting off and then just getting right back in the gas and getting a good run down the straightaway. It looks like he's found a groove here.
Okay, it'd be interesting to see where he winds up. Yeah, Corey Goodall as well moved up 11 spots since we started. He's just one 1 spot behind Kane Vandermark. Kane's got the most points gained so far this race. But he's moving up there. Good all in 9th right now.
So did Brandon retake the lead, it looks like, from Wes?
Yes. So
Yeah.
So Wes was the leader several laps ago, but Brandon has retaken the lead since then. Wes has not gotten back up there yet. Wes is 2.6 seconds back and falling. So Brandon really pulling away. I don't know if that couple laps on new tires is really helping, but he's found a groove. He's figured it out here.
Yeah, I mean, he was fast with equal tires, and now since he pitted so late after everybody, he's definitely should distance himself from Wes. Wes is hanging in there though, 2.6 seconds, and then once again we have 3rd through 5th really close together.
Yeah, there's Brent George trying to get around John Ledger. With 20 laps to go. Now that 03 of Brandon Feidler, is that a Dale Jr. throwback or something, or what do you think on that?
I'm gonna go check that out right now.
It looks like a Dale Jr. paint
Oh,
scheme.
he got in the wall.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Oh, he got in the wall again. He can afford to do that right now, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, he got in the wall and he gained some.
Yeah,
some
he's
time.
got that.
That's pretty
he's got
impressive.
that super dialed in.
Yeah, Yeah, you got those little white stripes down there, kind of like Junior, but that's a cool little crown front. And then what is Twitch? Twitch.tv/Ray maybe.
Yep, looks like twitch.tv/Ray on the side of his car. I wonder if he streams, if that's his channel or something.
I wonder how good he is at Darlington. I might have to put some extra hours in.
And watch to see how he runs. Yeah, I definitely would be too.
Although this track turned out to kind of be like Darlington, just up against the wall and not making any mistakes. They are running this track like Darlington. It's wild.
Really are. Now Corey's moving up there. He's now up to 7th. He's running the bottom of the track. I wonder if he's got something figured out down there. But he's making his way up.
Oh yeah, he is. He's on the front stretch now. Let's see if he.
He's all the way at the bottom of the front stretch, and then he dives down to the bottom of the corners.
There you go.
He likes running the bottom line.
If he could make that work and not destroy the tires, man, he'd have something coming. It'll be interesting to see
he might
how
be
much
playing
he gains.
the long game here, so maybe he's saving his tires, and hopefully he's thinking maybe this thing will go green. But like we said, he's probably not going to make it to the end, though, right?
Yeah, I don't think they can make it again, but if they do, I'm just totally wrong. But it seemed like if it went green for these 100-lap, 1.5-mile tracks, you'd have to do 3 pit stops. So.
Right. Yeah.
But let's see, we're down to 15 laps to go. So.
Yep, 15 laps to go this time, and Brandon is still checking out. Wes is now 4.6 seconds off the leader, and John Ledger's 6.2 off the leader. So these guys are going to have to figure something out if they want to chase him down. Otherwise, Brandon's going to walk away with a win here.
Yeah, unless something drastic happens, he can probably just chill out and do whatever he wants inside his cockpit right now.
Right. So let's hop on board with Kane Vandermark as he makes his way around the track. Kane is right now in the top 5. Kane's running that high side.
We do have some guys on pit road right now.
Oh yeah, it looks like Justin Glover on pit road, David Galloway Jr. on pit road, John Scheidrich on pit road.
If they're coming in now, I got to assume that everybody's got to pit again.
Yep, I would believe so. That'd be my take as well. It looks like Scheidrich and David Galloway, those are the 2 on pit road.
I'd like to give a quick shout out just to Maki and Reeves. They've kind of come along from another iRacing league that I used to race in, and they're great teammates. They come out here, have a good time, try to race as clean as possible, and they really enjoy it.
Awesome, good to hear. I'm glad they came out and raced with us, and always good to have new people joining us.
Could this possibly be the first green flag race of the through the trucks and Xfinity? I think
I'm
maybe.
telling you, it could be 12 or 11 laps to go this time as it crossed the line. Yeah, it very well could be the first race it's gone green flag to checker with no cautions. Pretty impressive. Wes Gallo on pit road.
Yeah. I'm wondering if
I don't think Brandon's got enough to get to the end. There's no way.
he stayed out, and being out front like he was, I wonder how much he was saving. This is going to be interesting here.
Yep, it's going to be interesting to see where Brandon winds up after this cycle. There's Wes Gallo now off pit road. Maybe he can short pit it and become the leader here with the closing laps. So right now it's Brandon and John and Bryn, 1, 2, 3. Kane Vandemark is 4th. Corey now inside the top 5. Kane Vandemark is 4th. Those guys are battling side by side for most positions gained. Right now Corey's got it claimed with plus 15. Kane's got plus 14. So one of those guys will be walking away with those bonus points for most positions gained.
Yeah, and that's tough to do here, so that's impressive.
Yeah, that's
gaining
really
all those
impressive
positions
for Kansas. But yeah, I'm watching the leader here of Brandon, seeing if he's going to come down pit road anytime soon. So far, he's staying out.
Yeah, I've got my camera on him just to see. It looks like the 21's going on the inside of Kane. Kane got in the wall just a little bit. He's trying to get everything he can. He got in the wall again. He's trying to get everything he can out of that thing.
Who did? Kane?
Kane, yeah.
Kane got in the wall just moments ago.
We got the 27 and 21 really close together down the front straightaway.
That's the hard part about broadcasting by yourself, is when there is like something that happens with one card, you don't always pick it up or see it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Thanks for having me up here, though. It made my night a lot better.
I appreciate you joining me and helping me out. It's awesome. It's great to have someone to talk
I
to.
ain't helping you out. You got it under control. I'm just glad you.
I appreciate
you
that
brought me
very
in.
much. I'm just glad you're someone to talk to, really. Especially if there's no cautions going on. It's great to have another point of view and, you know, someone to another eye on the track.
Cautions are kind of cool too, because you get to talk to the drivers, but I'm sure the drivers are having a good old time not having to talk to you. So
yeah, I know, right? And that's the thing, is like I want to interview more people. I just don't know if I'm like interrupting them or distracting them.
yeah, on these tracks, like the super speedways, it seems okay, but I think you get into a groove at these 1.5 and half mile, 1 mile tracks. You get in a groove, so.
Yeah, definitely. That's kind of like with Kansas and these 1.5 miles, you got to get in a rhythm, especially.
So are we looking at maybe 6, 7 laps to go?
This time by 5 laps to go. Brandon at the line.
All right, I'm be watching him to see what if I had to guess, he's probably okay.
You think so? I mean, if he's led this many laps to this point, I feel like he's got something figured out. Right now I'm watching Wes make the move on John. He's on fresher tires. So Wes now back up to, looks like, where is Wes at?
Maybe 10th?
Oh, he's still 1 lap down at 9th.
Okay, so he's a car. So there are, yeah, yeah, Brandon has let off a lot.
Yeah, he
in the turns.
He's definitely gonna be tight on fuel with 4 laps to go. I don't know if he's got enough, so he's trying to hang on. He knows there's gonna be no caution, so.
I feel like he was up front.
Oh, Joe Tardif hard on the wall to the backstretch.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Joe smacked the wall down the backstretch. I'm not sure if there was help there or if that was just him by himself, but we stayed green
I'm
flag
guessing,
racing.
yeah, he must have kept it straight.
Bryn had to jump out and avoid him there.
Whew.
Almost made contact with the 23. It was almost a wreck.
That would have been wild. That caution when it came out.
Definitely.
But thank goodness for Brandon, or not. I don't know. I think he's.
Brandon's
I think
praying
he's,
this thing stays green, and I don't know how he's doing it, but it seems like he's got enough fuel to get to the end. He's still 6 seconds ahead of second. He's basically just, I think he's shutting it off.
I mean, he's been up so far ahead of these guys that would be so easy to do in the turns.
I thought for a second, listening to his engine, he might have shut it off going into 1. Yep, he's got it shut off. I don't know if he's got enough to get to the end.
That, yeah, either. If he's doing that now, he knows he's probably close.
Yeah. Looks like white flag is in the air this time by at the line, so he's doing everything he can to save fuel. He knows he's 6 seconds ahead of second, and John's way back there saving fuel, so he's just got to coast this baby to the end. Yeah, he's barely even on the throttle. He is saving all he can.
Now.
John's still on the throttle as well. Looks like he's got enough to get to the end as well. But there you have it. Brandon Filer at the line wins the race. Saves just enough fuel. Do we have Brandon somewhere in the chat? And I didn't see his name. Oh, Steele wants to know why you're commenting. I guess so Matthew Karakoff's up here in the booth with me commenting because had a disconnection or something in the race, and somehow he lost connection, so he ended up joining me here in the booth to broadcast. Troy, he says, I'm death, like to feel included. Sorry, Troy. Dugan finished 7th here tonight, but it is Brandon Filer who came home with the win. An impressive win. That 03. There you have it. Congratulations to Brandon Filer on the win. Gets his first win of the year at Kansas Speedway. Let's see if we can pull some people up and get some interviews going on here. Let's pull up second place John Ledger. Hey, John, it's David up the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. How's it going, David?
Hey, John, congratulations on P2. How did you guys save enough fuel there at the end to finish P2? It looked like you were off the throttle.
I was actually clutching it most of the last 2 runs. I had started saving probably about 10 laps into the first run. You know, trends tend to go very green here at Kansas, and I just kind of played to the trends.
I hear you. So, were you going to have enough to get to the end there? Were you shutting it off or saving fuel? It looked like the leader or the race winner, Brandon, was shutting it off going into 1. I don't know if he had enough or he just barely had enough.
Yeah, he came over the radio. He had half a lap left at the end. I had a lap and a half. I wasn't shutting it off. I was pushing my clutch in and just kind of coasting it through the turns.
Oh, wow. Is Brandon in our Discord chat somewhere?
I haven't looked. I don't have a spare screen to see, but that was a fun race.
Oh, I might have him up here in Team 2, it looks like. Yeah, it was a fun race. It was fun watching you guys race all race long. We saw Wes Gallo pit with just 10 laps left to go, and I wasn't sure if you were going to pit with him as well or what, but it looks like you made the right call to stay out.
Yeah, it just once I figured out the fuel mileage, and I was like, okay, I can do this on 2 stops, and you know, most everyone else was going to do 3. It's like, okay, I'll save a little bit, you know, see how it plays out, but if a caution comes out towards the end, I have a fresh set ready to go.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, congratulations on P2. It was a good race for you guys, and we'll talk to you next week. You have a good weekend.
Yep, take it easy, David.
Yep, see you, John. Alrighty, let's see if we can pull up Brandon. I think this might be him. Hey, Brandon,
Nice.
you got me?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Hey, is this Brandon Filer?
Yeah, last name is Fiedler.
Fiedler. You know,
Fiedler.
I knew I've been saying it wrong this whole time. I'm sorry, Brandon.
You're good. No, that's all good. Believe me, I am used to used to all different pronunciations of it.
Okay, got it. Feeler. Brandon Feeler, race winner here. Hey, congratulations on the win, man. You were really impressive all race long.
Yeah, thanks.
How did you manage to save enough fuel there at the end? Me and Matthew up here were watching. You were wondering if you're going to bring it on pit road, but you were shutting it off going into one? I thought I heard you cut the engine off at one point.
Yeah, so what I ended up doing was one of my teammates, Steve, mentioned that he questioned if we had enough gas to get to the end, and I looked down and I realized, oh, he's probably right. I'd be about a lap short. So once I knew I was clear of the 25, because I know he pitted late, and I knew I had a good size lead, yeah, I was pushing the clutch and getting into both corners, just seeing if I could save as much gas as I could.
Oh man, yeah, we were watching you, and I thought for a second I heard the engine shut off, and I was like, well, he's got enough room out front to play with it, so he's got the chance to do it. And sure enough, you did.
Hey, David, can I ask him a question?
Yeah, sorry, Matthew, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. Hey, Brandon, you said you're used to people mispronouncing your last name. Are you used to winning everywhere you go? Because you completely dominated that thing.
This track, this is one of my favorite tracks on the server or on the sim.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I just like how you can rim ride it around here. And I did two officials earlier in the week to kind of get a little bit of practice for myself. And both times I noticed that I'd run my tires off both times. So I tried to kind of make that an emphasis in this race today. And it clearly worked to perfection. So I couldn't be happier with this.
Did you run the white line at all in the turns?
Only when I was pitting.
Okay.
Especially coming into turn 3. The only other time I did was when I tried to save an extra lap of gas for the second pit stop. That was the only other time I ran the white line today.
Well done. Thanks, David.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming in here, Matthew. Brandon, yeah, congrats on the win, man. First win of the year. You definitely put on a heck of a show.
Yeah, I'm glad I could. Like I said, this is Kansas is one of my favorite tracks. So when I saw it was on the schedule, I knew I had a good shot of winning here today.
All right, Brandon. Well, we'll have a good weekend and good to hear from you. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you guys next week.
See ya. All righty, there you heard it from Brandon Fiedler, your race winner here at Kansas. And let's see if we could pull up. I don't know if Bryn's in our Discord. Bryn, I haven't seen Bryn in the Discord chat.
Brand's kind of new, I guess, I think, right?
Yeah, I think Bryn is new to the league. I haven't seen him run our Discord chat yet, but Bryn, if you watch these, feel free to join our iRacing Fun League Discord, and we can pull you up here for the interviews. Because last week he had second, and Bryn finishes third this week.
Oh, man, yeah.
So he's on a roll
good.
of top fives.
So, and look, Kane finished 4th.
Yeah, Kane finished 4th. Let's see if we can pull Kane up. Kane's still here with us.
Started 18th, I think.
Let's have a chat with Kane, see how his race went. Hey, Kane, it's David up in the booth. You got me? Kane, you got me?
Hello.
Hey, Kane. Hey, Matthew's up here with me as well. Congrats on another top 5 this race. We were watching you plus 14 since you started. You like starting out in the back, don't you?
I hate it, man.
You hate it?
I hate it.
So what happened with qualifying at Dover and this week?
Well, Dover, I started getting a phone call while I was qualifying and looked down because it kept ringing. So I was like, it has to be important. And then I got loose coming out of 4. And then this week, I go to bank my first lap, just try to, not even bank it, just try to play it safe, keep the tires good. And then I'm up at the wall in 3 and 4, and it just drifts and clips it a little bit, and lap doesn't count. So started from the back.
I've definitely been there before, especially in this iRacing Fun League, trying to get everything I can out of the car and just hitting the wall. I know what you mean by that.
Yeah, man. And then that kind of threw everything out the window.
I think Matthew had a question for you, did you?
Yeah, you started 18th, I think. That's impressive. Kansas is hard to pass. Did you make the majority of those passes on the inside?
Yeah, most of them were on the bottom. And, once I started from the back, I was hoping I was going to be able to clear the field as fast as I did at Dover. But, you just can't get by people when you have people around the bottom and the top and, trying not to split people 3 wide at the beginning of the race. So
Yeah, it felt like when you got side by side, you're just kind of messing each other up in your tires. So once everybody got spread out, did you find a groove and just kind of go with it?
Yeah, I found a groove. It was just once I cleared all those guys and got into like sixth, seventh, the leader was already 9 seconds out on that first run, and at that point we knew I'm not getting to him. I mean, that guy's good, and with a 9 second lead, unless he just wrecks, I'm not getting to him. And then that's when we changed into let's just try to cut a stop.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's cranking out these top fives a lot lately there, David.
Yeah, definitely, Kane. You've been impressive the last couple of races, and just keep ticking away at them. And I'm sure victory will come your way here shortly. But you are definitely fast and want to watch every single week.
I hope the win comes, man. It's getting,
It,
it's been a while.
we're watching you and Corey Goodall. You guys had the most positions gained, and you guys were going back and forth. And it looks like Corey had you by 1 position for most positions gained. So Corey beat you by 1. He had plus 15. You had plus 14 for the day.
Yeah, man. I know that guy loves me, so he'll be happy to beat me at something other than because he can't do it in positions,
Yeah, I hear you. All righty, Kane. Well, good to hear from you. You have a good weekend. We'll see you next week.
All right, man. Appreciate you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, good job, Kane.
All righty. It looks like we have Bryn. Let's see if we can pull him up.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Bryn, it's David. You got me?
I got you.
Hey, Bryn, I'm followed with Matthew Karakoff up here in the booth as well. Congrats, man, on another top 5. You had second last week, third this week. You've been really impressive these last couple of races.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Just aiming for consistent finishes. Of course, I want to win, but don't have the pace there, so I'll take the top threes every day.
Yeah, definitely. I've loved watching that Toyota Supra number 54. I like the paint scheme there, and it's been fun watching
Thank
you.
you.
Dover, you almost won that race. You were closing in. I know Zachary Ward was pulling away with the last couple laps, but it looked like you were having something for him there in the closing laps there.
Maybe on a short run I could maybe contend, but on the long run he completely destroyed me. Let's be fair.
Yeah,
To
I
be honest.
guess
Yeah.
I should have said that like after the restart or there was a caution that came out. Karakoff had a pit, but yeah, in that restart looked like you were keeping up with them and you had something for him there. But yeah, you're right. In the long run, he was pulling away.
Yeah, he was really good, and he deserved that win. And Brandon deserved this win too. He ran really good.
Yeah, Brandon really impressed us. Nobody had anything for him all race long, and he was just pulling away. It was impressive.
Yeah, it's nice to have competitive team cars. He's on the same team as me, and so is Wes Gallo. He was contending as well. Didn't get the finish he wanted,
Okay.
but
We did not know
he ran
that.
good. Yep.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bryn, what do you think about next week at Darlington? Everybody was running the high line up against the wall at Kansas this week. How do you feel about yourself at Darlington?
To be honest, I feel like it's gonna be pretty similar. The high line, it's gonna be fast next week. Tire saving, it's gonna be important again. It's gonna be a wild show. I mean, we might wreck a few times.
Yeah, it might be a little different with the caution flags from this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Let's
it was
hope
nice
not,
running a
though.
green flag, full green flag run.
Yeah, y'all
Sure.
did a great job. Yep.
Alrighty, Bryn. Well, it's good to hear from you. Thanks for joining the iRacing Fun League, and hope you guys are having fun out there racing with us.
Yep,
And
yep. Thank you for streaming, man.
yep, hope
Appreciate
you
it.
have a good weekend. We'll hear from you next week.
Yes, sir. You guys have a good one.
Yep, take it easy. Alrighty, Matthew. Well, looks like that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you for joining me up here in the booth, and sorry you missed out on another race, but I appreciate you
Hey,
helping
this
me
is
out.
just as fun. Yeah,
It is kind of
this is
fun,
cool.
honestly. Like I did it once or twice, and I was like, all right, I'll try this thing out. So, but thank you very much. I
Way
appreciate it.
way more relaxing than inside the car.
Oh,
So
it
I'll
definitely
take it.
is. I ran all season long last year, and I'm like, this is pretty nice just being able to sit here and just commentate.
Well, we need to do like an all-star race and get you in down here and have somebody else broadcast. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, I know, right? That'd be nice. I wish I could run one here or two and have somebody else take my position. That'd be sweet.
All right, thanks, David. Appreciate it.
All righty, Matthew. We'll hear from you next week, and have a good weekend. Alrighty, guys. So that's going to do it for tonight. Let's go ahead and pull up the schedule and also those playoff standings. So one more time, this is the playoff standings before heading into Kansas. And I also want to give a shout out to Zachary Ward for making this graphic for us. I appreciate that, Zach. Any little help in making graphics for me goes a long way. So thank you, Zachary Ward, for making this. There's your playoff standings after Dover before Kansas got started here tonight. And that'll be changed every single week if we can do that. So let's also pull up your schedule. So there is a schedule. Right now, we finished Kansas May 2nd. So next week, we're at Darlington, that these guys were just talking about moments ago. So Darlington, the track too tough to be tamed. It's going to be an interesting race. You don't want to miss that one. So join us next week, Thursday, at Darlington, and we'll pick things back up there. So guys, have a good weekend. We'll see you next week.